What's up guys, Mike from Rockville, and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up your RockShield 1 vocal isolation shield with sound dampening foam. Let's get to it. So I'm basically going to show you two setups. One is going to be a desktop setup, and then one is going to be a standing setup. So in front of me I have various things that come with the RockShield 1, as well as an RCM Pro and the RCM Pro shock mount. So as you can see, the RockShield 1 actually comes with a tripod desktop stand, which is really convenient because if you're going to be using this for streaming or recording at a desk, this is the way you want to set it up. So in order to set it up, what you're going to first do is take off this little adapter piece over here. So you're going to do that by screwing it to the left. Once you have that unscrewed, you're going to take this L bracket over here, and you're going to notice an end that has both a big hole and then an opening right here that's groove-like and circular. You're actually going to take this big hole over here and put it right over the piece that we unscrewed. Take the piece you did unscrew and now screw it right back on. You want to get a nice and tight connection. Once you have that screwed on, you can take the trifold vocal shield portion, and you'll notice at the bottom here, it actually gets screwed onto the top right here. So you're going to line this up, and you're just going to screw it on. Now it is important to have the foam portion facing the same direction as the L bracket because you're actually going to be singing into the foam and you don't want to be singing into the metal part. Now once you have it set up like this, you're going to grab this piece now. You're going to slip it through that little groove over here and then slide it over. Then you're going to take this piece over here and screw it right on, basically sandwiching it between the L bracket. Once you have that screwed on, you can take your shock mount. Now I'm using the RCM Pro shock mount, but most condenser microphones come with their own shock mount that will fit on this adapter piece over here. So you're going to take this end of your shock mount, you're going to line it up with the screw over here, and you're just going to screw it into place. Remember, you want a nice and tight connection because your microphone's going to be sitting on this. And now we're just about ready to slide our condenser microphone through. So you just take your condenser microphone and just slip it right into your shock mount. Now typically you're going to want to use an isolation shield for a condenser microphone because dynamic microphones inherently are really good about blocking out reflections and sound, and usually they're top address and not as sensitive as condenser microphones, so they don't really pick up a lot of ground besides what's directly in front of it. So this is typically going to be how you set up your condenser microphone with our RockShield 1. Now the final step in a setup like this would be to add a pop filter, because if you're using a condenser microphone in either a speaking or a singing role, you don't want to catch any plosives, words that are going to pop on the microphone. So we're going to want to add a pop filter. So I have the Rock Pop here. The best way to add it with the RockShield 1 is to take this end over here, and you're actually going to tighten it right on the stand for the RockShield 1. And then when you're ready to use it, you just pull it right in front of the condenser microphone. And then the last step would be to plug in your microphone cable and then into your interface or whatever you're using. But now there might be some situations where you don't want to use the RockShield in a sitting down environment like on a desktop. You might want a singer standing, or just you might want to be standing in general for a podcast or for a voiceover. So let me show you how to set up the RockShield 1 for a standing setup. So now for the standing setup, it's basically the same, except now we're not using the desktop tripod stand that comes included with the RockShield 1. Instead, we're using a typical microphone stand. So what you're going to do to set it up is take your L bracket, and remember that end that has the hole and the groove over here? We're actually going to take that L bracket, take this piece, feed it through. We're just gonna let it hang there for a second, because now what we have to do is take the big hole, put it over our microphone stand, and then take our trifold vocal shield that has that piece in there. We're just gonna screw that on right atop. So once that screws in, remember we wanted to have the vocal shield portion lined up with our L bracket, and now we have this piece for our shock mount. We're going to put our adapter piece on top, screw that right on. Then we're going to take our shock mount. Got my shock mount here, just gonna screw it right on. And then we can take our microphone, slip it through our shock mount, and then if I want to add a pop filter like the Rock Pop, I'm going to take this end over here and find a place on the microphone stand where I can just easily attach it like this. And then whenever you want to use the pop filter, just bring it right in front of the condenser microphone. And then of course the final step would be to run the XLR cable into your interface or whatever you're using. As you can see, a setup like this is going to allow a singer, a podcaster, or a voiceover actor to stand while they do their work. And those are basically two different setups that you might use with your RockShield 1. So hopefully you found this video helpful on how to set up your RockShield 1. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support tech team through phone or email. As always guys, I'm Mike from Rockville. I'll see you next time.